Okay, we're back to Let's Play Sword of Mana. I'm your host, Alex Spritz, and I've already fully healed my party, and I sat to restore my MP and stuff like that, so we can be ready for the next area. I tried going back to Vinick Wet Hall, but apparently the door's locked at night too now. I guess they were serious when they said I shouldn't hang out there anymore. Maybe I'll be able to go back later. No, we will be able to go back later, but not right now. So now we have to head south. Oh hey, it's Niccolo again. Oh, well that's pretty cheap, so sure. Cactus essence, huh? What's a hothouse? You're not gonna tell me. You told me about the meta balls, but... Okay. Yeah, cactus essence, we got it. And there's a pot we can plant it in. Alright, let's see what happens. Can't be much worse than everything else. Wow. Alright, we have our hothouse. It's like a little hub. And here's another character from Legend of Mana, Lil Cactus. Talk to him. Yes, we do want to talk to him. Unlike Legend of Mana, you only have to talk to him once. So, don't worry about that. Over in this room, we have the blacksmith. It's called the handyman, but it's essentially the blacksmith. But we can't do anything here without a actual blacksmith to do smithing, so... Instead, let's go over to the other room. Here we have the orchard, and there's a guy here. Drent. He wants us to choose 2 seeds, and that's all we have, so... Let me just plant some of those. Yeah, basically, you plant seeds here. As long as you just leave the screen and then come back, that's all you need to do for a fruit or veggie to appear here. In this case, we have some bell grapes. The fruit or veggie you get depends on which pair of seeds you plant, and also on what day it is. Some of the best fruit and veggies can only be obtained on certain days. What they are actually used for is tempering of equipment, but I can't really show you that right now because that involves the blacksmith. But basically, don't worry about tempering. Forging is the more important thing you need to do. So, let's just leave? Huh? Oh, he's gonna write an entry in his diary, just like the other game. Of course. We could read that, but I don't feel like it. I want to come back here and get all of the other diary entries we've obtained so far off-screen, so that I can show them to you later. So, let's keep on going. Here we have the path to the Scaly Lair. Some more insects around here. I'm forgetting the controls already. Oh, there's a new enemy, a needlebeak. They're a new kind of bird. And you can tell they're new because they're taking a hell of a long time to kill. Yeah, that's her death blow. She swings her cane around and it circles around her. Yeah, the party members can get death blows too. Nothing wrong with that. Ah, here's something very new. The treasure chest roulette. Most enemies from this point on will have a treasure chest roulette. You press the button, it stops on something, and you'll get the treasure, but you'll be hit with something if you don't land on an okay. There's a possibility you might get a fake treasure chest from a roulette, in which case you won't get the treasure you normally would have gotten. Anyway, there's some other treasure here. We've got cicada earrings. That is an accessory. You can finally show that off. Accessories appear in your menu if you have them. This particular one increases my agility by 5, but I guess it's better than nothing. Yeah, if you don't have any accessories, they won't appear in your menu even if you have them equipped. So, if you want to get rid of them, you're going to have to find another one. Anyway, this here is the Cave to Wendell. Or the Road to Wendell. Sorry. Like they said, there's a little stone steel in the way. If you try to get close, it'll beat you up. You need water magic to get through here, but since we don't have any, we can't proceed. So let's go get some of that. Delicious water magic. Yeah, just up here. Check that out. I like using my death blow on multiple enemies. I'm not going to waste my time killing that guy again. Here's the actual Scaly Lair. we can run into new enemies here. Death Floras, which, as you can see, are immune to the Bash trait. And they are hitting me with plant magic. Alright, let's get that class change already. Class change. Healing Light plus 10. When I eventually do get light magic, its supportive magic will be powered up, so that's pretty good. I don't know if the bow will do more damage, because it might... Oh wow, that's much more significant. Because birds are weak to the jab trait there. I didn't think it would be that much more powerful, seeing as the bow is very weak, but oh well. Yeah. The plants here are weak to slash, as you might be able to guess. They're not weak to fire magic, though, so don't use that. Here we have more new enemies. Tonpoles, I think is their name, if I recall. They are also weak to slash, because you often slash reptiles. I think they are, in fact, weak to fire, but I'm not exactly sure. I didn't really take the time to do that. Check that out. Any other Angel Grail, just in case you want to revive Rose, but I don't really care about reviving the partner if I haven't mentioned that already. More birds. Let's just go over here. This is a pretty, I wouldn't call it an annoying area, but it's kind of long, and there's a lot of new enemies. Yeah, there's even more than this, if you can believe it, but... Let's just kill these guys, and... Oh, more chests. I think this one has the roulette, too. Yeah. Only the early game enemies will not have roulettes, so... Oh, more arrows. Screw that. Oh, meat! That is another kind of item. Let me show you. It appears right here. When you eat meat, your power doubles against that particular foe until you leave the screen, which can be good if you want to grind. It might not look like it, but you can actually jump over here. You can get a little chest, which has Menno's Bronze. That's the raw material all of my current equipment is made out of, so... Can't do anything with that either, but just keep an eye out on that. Over here, we have a Golden Goddess statue, so let's take advantage of that. There's also water here that is actually drinkable. Keep that in mind for later. As you can see, that's blue and the rest of this place is green, because it's a marsh, like they said. We're almost at the Marsh Cave, it's just up here. Over here, and past these stairs. I don't know how there are natural stairs in these formations, but to facilitate things. Nah, I won't worry about that. Here we are, at the Marsh Cave, and there's a Firestone Steel. You can attack it all you want with your weapons, but it won't work. They're like the magic equivalent of Metaballs. If you wanted to, you could level up your sword by attacking it repeatedly, because even if you do 0 damage, it still counts as getting more experience with the sword. But I'm not going to do that, because it's kind of boring. So let's just break it. Poof. See? Now we can go across. You can't reach it with your sword magic attack, so don't try it. This is a decent dungeon. I mean, it's got some interesting layout. You know what? I'm gonna see if setting her to stay away from enemies helps at all. We'll see what happens. And this grass, yeah, that can be cut, and you can find those items again from that, but whatever. I already have too much money. How much money do I have? Let me see. Yeah, that's a decent amount. Oh, you can see the class that I am currently appears above Matt's portrait there, so... That's just if you want to make sure. So in here, another Angel Grail. At least it's not a gumdrop. I'm tired of those things. There's another new enemy. I forget what it's called. It can drain your HP with that attack, but it's at least weaker to the bow than it is to my other weapon, apparently. I'll look up its name later. It might be called a Land Leech, I think. Might as well check that now. Yeah, it's a Land Leech. I love my intuition. I'm just using the L and R buttons to cycle through the entries quicker because they're spaced out way too much. Yeah, more flowers. Death flora. The enemies around here aren't too hard if you know what to do. No, let's not go down there yet. I want to go exploring more. You can jump... You can't... There we go. You can jump down here and get some treasure. Over here we have oak wood. That's another raw material. That's what my gloves and the girl's staff is made out of currently. There are certain classes of raw materials. The ones we're getting right now are like the bases of those particular kinds of materials. Like Meadows bronze is the weakest kind of metal you can have. Wow, leveling pretty quickly. Yeah, and let's get some more intelligence. My magic power is lacking. And oak wood is the weakest kind of wood. Topple cotton is the weakest kind of felt. I don't know if you call it felt, but yeah, pretty much. We will get to forging eventually, but just be patient. Like I said, they're going to shove a whole bunch of gameplay mechanics up our ass. A Potet Posy? What the hell? Why are you giving me that useless item? Alright, let's go here and kill more reptiles. Hey, get up. There you go. What's up here? Oblong seeds. Getting more of the other kinds of seeds now. At least this one's being stupid and not attacking. I can hit you from all the way down here. Haha. Huh. There's weird nails in the ground, but we can't really use those. I'm not sure where to go from here. I think maybe down? Nope. Wrong way. I'm such a silly kid. Just like Ash. Yeah, I went there. No, but I think Iris is way too mean. I don't really like her. Yeah. But getting back to the fantasy here, yeah, here's the room that you could actually progress in the cave in. There's a meta ball there. It's a slash meta ball, so that works well for me. Oh, and there's a Lizardon, I don't know if you'd call it the evolved form of the tadpole. It was in other mana games, but it is quite a deal stronger. See? 10 damage in one hit. That's hard. Wish I had better armor, but can't get that yet. You have to maneuver around the lily pads in this area. Some slimes over there. I don't care about them. They're weak enemies now. I wish I could hit those guys for, like, decent damage with my sword. I hate switching between my weapons. And I still don't have enough MP to take advantage of the magic. Don't go down there yet. Let's just go down here first for some... There might be treasure down here. There is. A crooked seed. Even though it looks like I'm getting more than one seed, no, there's just one seed there. And I just want to check out that other area. I think south of where the meta ball was. I hope you don't mind me walking back. I just don't feel like editing out a short trip. Yeah, these guys are worth beating up. Ow! I'm gonna have to use a gumdrop between this episode and the next, probably. Yeah, let's just go down here. Fight the guardian of this chest, which contains a long seed. Yeah, just getting shoved all of the seeds now that we have the orchid at our disposal. Yeah, you might want to save your... Ow, damn it. You might want to save your seeds for later. Okay, skip past this guy now. I'm running out of time. I think I can beat this one. Yeah, when you get a critical hit on an enemy, they are unable to move for a time, so that helps a lot. And know that death blows... Ow, my god! Ah, he minied me. And that sound effect meant that I am about to die. So I should use one of these. Let's just wait for this to wear off. Shouldn't take too long. There we go. I didn't know they could do that, but Oh well. I think the status is technically called Wimp, so now we go down here. Whoa! Why'd you jump in after me? Yeah, I'm fine. Just gotta deal with more of these guys. 2 in the same room? I don't know if I'm ready for that. Damn, Rose. Can't you be a little more useful? I want you to get experience, but you can't if you die. Yeah. Here's some new enemies. Ow! Duck GIs. No, I don't have enough time, so I'm just gonna sit here and cower, and I'll show you the method for dealing with these guys next time. So, until then, this is Alexbrit saying that if you don't know why we're being forced to fight a bunch of enemies that hold the same kind of weapon, you must be kind of messed up. Well, bye!